What's the difference between Clairefontaine 1951, classic, and basic notebooks? Okay, great question, and I'll cover that right here. Funny I should mention cover, segue. Basically the difference between all of these, hey, basically, pun, man, I'm just like on it today without even realizing it. The difference really is the covers and the different formats and stuff, but that's about it. The paper is going to be the same in all these. Great 90-gram white Clairefontaine paper. It all performs really well. Love it. Clairefontaine paper is pretty much the ultimate for me. But the basic is kind of this somewhat textured, cardboard-like, not necessarily like chipboard cardboard, but it's a flexible cover, but it's a little more of a rugged kind of cover to it. So that's where the name basic kind of comes from. It's meant to look a little more, well, basic. And these, they have two versions. They have a well, actually, no, they do have a wire bound, don't they? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't brushed up on every single option for all these notebooks because there are a lot of them. But basically, you're kind of limited in your formats you can get for these. Just a couple different sizes. They have a couple staple bound, a couple cloth bound, a couple wire bound. Not boundless options, and it's pretty much just lined, I think, in those. The classic is going to be a little more bright and vibrant colors. Similar flexible cover. It's a little bit thinner than the basic, a little less durable, I would say, in general than the basic. The basic is meant to be a little more rugged, but this is like, I mean, the classic is where you have the most options for Clairefontaine. All different kinds of rulings, colors, sizes. The one thing I will say though is that they don't ship them out one color at a time. They ship them in a mixed pack, so we're not able to sell them individually by the color. So there's maybe 4 to 6 different colors depending on the type of notebook you're getting, so it is random. We do kind of take requests based on preferences. If we're able to, if we have them, we'll do that, but not always able to meet that. So just realize that's kind of one bad thing about the classic. Still great paper, staple bound, cloth bound, wire bound, you name it, top staple bound, lots of different options for you there in different sizes and everything. So that's where you got the most options. And then the 1951 is basically the same thing as the classic, except it doesn't have a shiny gloss cover like the classic does. You can see that it's kind of reflecting on the light there. This is a more of a matte finish, kind of like the basic one, except it's got more of a retro look. So that's the whole 1951. They're kind of going back to what their design was back then. So it's some interesting colors, definitely a retro look, but the paper inside and everything's going to be exactly the same. So you got some options there. Not a whole ton of 1951 formats and options available, but if you happen to like that particular format and you want that cover color, by all means, go for it. It's going to be the same great paper in all these notebooks.